Hi everyone, today's video is requested by you. I recently made a video on the Alastin A-Luminate, a non-hydroquinone, non-retinol skin brightener, which prompted a lot of requests for the Skinbetter Science Even Tone and a lot of the same question recurring, which is which one do you recommend? So in today's video, I'll go over the Even Tone, the ingredients, the technology, the clinical trials. We'll compare these two, and at the end, I will tell you how I choose which one I recommend to my patients. So if you're interested, please stick around, like, subscribe, and share with your friends to help my little channel grow. Even Tone contains a patented bright complex, which stands for brown, red, yellow tones. And that is exactly what this product does. It targets redness, it targets brown, and it targets that yellowish, that sallow colored skin. So let's talk about this bright complex and some of the key ingredients in Even Tone. One of them is called diglucosyl gallic acid, and it targets the browns and the pigment caused by UV damage and chronic inflammation. Another ingredient in here is hexyl resorcinol, which is a non-hydroquinone brightener. It offers antioxidant protection, and it also supports collagen by fighting glycation, which causes collagen breakdown. Alpha-arbutin is a hydroquinone precursor, which helps brighten the skin and reduce pigment. Artemisia capillaris flower extract is another botanical that helps reduce pigmentation and help even out the skin tone. And this product contains kakadu plum extract, which is an extremely potent form of vitamin C. It's one of the most potent vitamin C's in the world. Arginine PCA is another ingredient in here that helps target those yellow sallow tones that can occur with aging sometimes. And lastly, for skin barrier support, we have linoleic and linolenic acid, as well as ceramides. These ingredients, patented together, particularly in the bright complex, effectively work to break down pigment, to stop pigment production, and to resolve the pigment that's already been produced. But in addition, the bright complex also works to diminish the sallow, yellow undertones, as well as redness, which is unique to Even Tone over any other product that I know of. Now, when it comes to research, Skinbetter Science did two different types of research trials. One included participants who used Even Tone over time, and another one was done in the lab called in vitro in a dish using skin models and comparing Even Tone to 4% hydroquinone. So I'm going to talk about this research, and then we'll compare this research to the Alastin research. So the in vitro study had 4 different samples. The first one was a control where nothing was added. The second one was Even Tone correcting serum in a low concentration. The third one was hydroquinone 4%, and the fourth one was Even Tone in a high concentration. And what the results showed is, compared to the control, there was improvement in all 3 groups, and the Even Tone outperformed the hydroquinone both in the lower and the higher concentration. And in the higher concentration, there was a 55% improvement in discoloration, 17% improvement with hydroquinone, and 22% improvement in the low concentration Even Tone. In addition to that, they performed a 12-week clinical trial with 52 participants, all women, with Fitzpatrick scales 1 through 5. And the results were evaluated with a mexometer, as well as a physician assessment and a participant satisfaction survey. The way this study was designed was by splitting the group into 2. One group used Even Tone, and the other group used Even Tone combined with Alpha-Ret overnight cream. And what they found was that the participants using the Even Tone and Alpha-Ret overnight cream had much better results than people who used Even Tone alone. So the two work synergistically together. When they asked patients about their overall satisfaction, what they found was 98% felt that they had an overall improvement. 96% agreed that the even tone reduced their uneven skin tone or their discoloration. 96% felt that dark patches had lightened and that the uneven skin tone had improved. And 98% agreed that the overall skin tone had improved. The trial also showed no adverse events to the product. And looking at the before and after photos, we do see that there is an improvement in pigmentation and in the sallow tone of the skin before the study and after 12 weeks. And we see that there is improvement both in clinical photography and in the mixometer evaluation of the skin. So that's the research on the even tone. And so how does the research compare between these two groups? And I have to say the Alastin research I find superior, because that is a very good study design, because you're comparing a group of people using the gold standard 4% hydroquinone to a group of people using the tested product, and you're comparing the results. And all the other skincare was the same. The cleanser, the hydrator, and the sunscreen were the same in both groups. So the only difference was hydroquinone 4% versus Alastin A-Luminate. And Alastin A-Luminate outperformed the 4% hydroquinone. Whereas Skinbetter's approach was a little different. They performed their hydroquinone tests in a lab, so you can't quite compare those two trials. One is on people, one is in a lab. And their clinical trial was essentially even tone compared to even tone and Alpha-Red overnight cream. So what they were really trying to show is that Alpha-Red overnight together with even tone enhances the effects of even tone. And now that we have Maestro enhances the effects of both. So that's even better. But I digress. Going back to these two products, you know how this compares to 4% hydroquinone in people. You don't exactly know how this compares against 4% hydroquinone in people. You do know how it compares in the lab, and it outperforms hydroquinone. So the studies on these two products are not exactly comparable because they're just different and they're looking for different endpoints. So what are the unique properties of each one of these products, or how do I decide who should try which product? Well, I will say I do think Even Tone made an effort to create a product that targets sallow skin, yellow undertones, which is rather unique, and I don't feel that Alastin really targets yellow sallow tones. They both do target redness, and of course they both target hyperpigmentation, the production of melanin, the distribution of melanin, and the accumulation of melanin. So how do I decide which one I will recommend to whom? If someone has a niacinamide sensitivity, I will choose Even Tone over A-Luminate because A-Luminate contains niacinamide and Even Tone doesn't. If someone is oily, I may recommend Even Tone rather than A-Luminate because A-Luminate is richer. So if someone has dry skin, I may recommend A-Luminate over Even Tone just to add the hydration. Something else that I take into account is what is it that they're actually targeting. If they're targeting yellowish sallow skin, I will 100% recommend Even Tone. If they're targeting browns, melasma, solar damage, sun damage, brown spots, basically what I say is it's worth it to try each one and see which one your body responds to better. Because at the end of the day, we're all unique, and what may be my holy grail favorite product could be one that you bought and threw in the garbage, because we're just different and we're created different. So if someone tries one of these and says, oh, it was okay, I'll say, well, try the other one and see if it works better for you. And that's basically how I decide. And I think you have to try both to determine which one you like better. But unless you are oily or dry or sensitive to niacinamide, those are the main differences that pragmatically may alter my recommendation. I would love it if you would share with me what your experience has been so far, especially if you've tried both. How did you feel that these two compared to one another? Or even if you've just tried one of these, let me know your experience and whether you felt it was worth it, and would you try the alternative to see how it compares. So I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I will see you next time. Bye!